Hello, yes, it is me. Also, I should clarify with that little thing. Hang on here. Let me add a little text bobber here. Let's see if I can add background. There you go, I think. Let's see. There we go. That's perfect. Yeah, that about sums up my thoughts with the Rise right now. What happened last stream? I just, yeah. When are they gonna get to Rena? Okay. Enough of me being stupid. Alright. How's it going, guys? Just trying to chill out a little bit before I have to go back to work tomorrow. I'll probably play for a couple hours, see where the story gets us, if it even lets us get far. I guess that's a gripe I have with this game. It's not a bad story, but it's just... these last couple of hours have been kind of... eh? Okay. So, if I remembered, we did end right at a healing point. So I have a strange feeling we're going to be coming up to something. Let me actually make sure... where's everyone's SP looking at? Kisara could do with using that. Alright. Hell yeah. Maximum burst. Yeah, I'll work for that next. Anyone else have all their stuff selected? Yes, they do. Alright, good. Alright. Who's gonna kick my ass? Time to kick my ass. Oh yeah.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait.
Red woman.
Something about her isn't
Smile.
right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
I would say this is cool. If I weren't getting my ass kicked in a little bit.
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes.
The easiest explanation. Red woman.
I've never known Faria
Red woman?
moves like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Dugas. Then we get some answers.
Look for the weak point!
You're mine!
There's a weak point.
It's on! It's over!
A wailing banshee awakening!
Oh, I don't want to be there, actually.
Ready and ready! I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
Oh, that's a charge. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell what the game does want to...
Try harder! Now! Here I come! You're mine!
I'm being careful.
Escape! Eat dirt! Take it! Strike!
Oh, what the hell? I thought I was charging up a first strike. Yeah! Get fucked, idiot.
Here, let
Fuck my health. Sorry, Shion. I'm giving you work. Oh, wait. Can it teleport? Oh, I don't like that. Sorry, Shion. I'm about to do it again. Okay, I should probably get the hell out of here, actually. Sorry, Shion. I am giving you work to do. I don't have the thing for Kisara's Mabobber. Sweet. Eh. By the way, I should mention I did up the bitrate of my streams recently. Let me know if it looks a little clearer than it has any other times. I kind of forgot about that because I did that 2 days ago. It's kind of hard to tell with a game like Sea of Stars, but with something like this, I hope it's a little more noticeable that the game looks a little clearer over stream. So just let me know how the quality is. How's it going? Ooh. Fuck my health! I shouldn't have done that because he was already gonna be spur striked anyway. Fuck me, fuck my life. Oh, I don't want to be here actually. Jesus, Rinwell, what the hell happened?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Ow. So he just teleports on top of somebody and spins. Damn it, Twitch.
Don't give up. Still got some fight left in me. Flaming meteor. Healing circle.
I owe you one.
Lightning raging cascade. Remove. I'm
Ah,
sorry.
I did it too early.
This one's mine. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Hurricane strike.
Oh God! Why is it throwing balls of poison at me? What the fuck? I'm scared. I'm concerned. Yeah, I gotta just get away when I see it ready to teleport, because it's just gonna decide to fuck everything. Well, now I can leave the charges to you, because you're nearly fucking dead. Okay, then.
Stay away from my friend.
Nope. Alright, I'm sorry. Fuck everything. Ball is not love. No, it's not love. It is life. Ball is life. Okay, we could be we could be reckless again. Oh, he's going into overlimit now. Everybody get the fuck away when it's It's trying to do spin to win tactics, and I hate it.
Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Lightning freeze lancer!
And it works. I hate it. Actually, no, I need it. I need it, guys. I'm sorry. Do it, Kisara. Do the thing. Do the... You might want to just get away in general, actually.
This one's mine. Appreciate the help.
Rising Phoenix!
Here, let me help.
And that'll do it. Sweet.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
All things considered, that went a lot better than I thought it would.
Now it's just her! Faria,
Kill her!
can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning.
She's like, I bet you can't do it again.
Control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
That looked like it barely made any impact. Just the way it looked. I know it worked, but it didn't even look like it went too far in her. It just like barely
Man, I thought
love
we
tap.
were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
Can you and your fine
that
ass
case,
heal?
I'll
Jesus.
take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead,
Yeah,
he was
also,
always
nice
hanging
suit.
back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Yes.
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almeidria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
Hell no.
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
Exactly, I'll say.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Which way did I come in from? Oh, probably that one, actually. Give me a second. I gotta put something out right here. There we go. Alright, skit. More skit.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same
Yes.
person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Well, we would if you guys wouldn't stop talking. No offense. But there's another cutscene. More talking. I'm not harping on the story itself.
What?
I'm more harping on the pacing of it. Where it's just like they're talking about, we have to hurry, we have to find this, we have to hurry, we gotta go here. And it's just like, okay, let me get there. Let me, as the player, get there. Let us figure things out. Let's not talk about getting there. Let's get there.
Well, do you hear something again?
Yeah,
Granted, a lot of Tales games do that,
it's that voice.
but not to this extent,
The
honestly.
will of Dana's astral energy.
Ah, fuck. Not again. Delia 1's ending in general was just rushed. This, it feels like they stretched out quite a bit of story over, I don't know how much more is left, honestly, but... Exactly. Let's have a full half-hour discussion about how we don't have time for a full half-hour discussion.
Coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Oh, okay. And that's how she awakened the family stand. The end. Yeah, that definitely happened. Fuck me.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. It was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shionne's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
Because plot.
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shionne's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shionne's thorns. As well as my own past, I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Nope! Actually, no. We're here to progress the plot.
Shionne and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
He then proceeds to learn it and say, "Oh god, this was a mistake." I don't know,
That
actually.
vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
Let me get in there. Thank you. It says we can go over
Hold up,
there.
you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
Definitely getting railroaded now.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Nobody is.
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
More
The
talking.
people of Lenegus, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign...
They have some really good
They can't
janitors.
manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Whoa, 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 BB guy. Let's not go too far. V is fine. B? No, 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 no.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Push the button. Do it.
I think I can make this work.
They're beyond touchscreen.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign!
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens.
Also, if you guys are hearing anything on my end, it's my niece singing in the living room. There's really nothing I can do about that. So, I don't know if you guys hear it or not, but I'm at least pointing it out. So if you do hear something, that's the living room.
In other words, It may be that all Renans are unwittingly being
It should
made
be kind of
subject to some
overwritten by the gameplay,
grand
but
scheme.
What about the Sovereign?
but
Does
for
it
the
say
quiet
anything else?
moments, if you hear something, you'll know why.
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait,
What is it? Did you find something?
it's a list of names. With the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Why are we surprised by this? I feel like it should be knowledge by this point.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron?
Okay,
That means
that's a twist.
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
Okay, so Volron's a Danon too?
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
Does that mean Volron's my brother?
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
the Red
Oh, excuse
Woman?
me. Red woman.
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
But I don't want to.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign, and Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Are all 4 of them on? Oh god, they all are. First skit.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If
A
you
little
ever
good
start to lose
could.
your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Topic. Something, a large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Renasalma within the central core Lenegus, comprised of a classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. Outer layers deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as the stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. Okay. Yeah, that tracks. Because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegus, I don't know, serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the crown contest on Dana. Warning, any personnel within level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Thank you and have a good day. Okay, I'm assuming this is probably that little thing that can't... That was probably the wedge, honestly. Well, you know I gots to. Device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. Developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. You have 30 seconds to remove your cubes. Just imagine Dohalim in the back. Is it about my cube? Edible applications are also recognized primarily as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended, as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum, due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegus, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Alright. Now, what's this about brainwashing? After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Its test subject number 10105 serves as the realm's current Lord, and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Don't do drugs, kids. Rather, it was done so by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be key to this style of rule. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegus who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. Alright, what other stuff do we got here? So don't do drugs. Control other people. I don't even know what the hell that means, but alright. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of 5 elemental realms to administer and its corresponding master core. It's also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. Selection process is based solely on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. What's this about? Following his report on the second successful case of sovereign test subject of experimentation, that the subject possesses high latent potential. It exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risks it poses surpasses even those of the last subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Well, at the very least, he didn't take over autonomously, I guess? Master Cores, Spirit Cores, I think we understand what those are for the most part. If something gets a little mixed up in what's this? The Sovereign, the Mate. Okay, we'll learn about this and then we'll walk away. Some of these topics somewhat interested me, but I'm not trying to stay here for the whole time. The Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the Spirit Channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. Yeah! Golden Sun next week! This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis and left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the Spirit Channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternative methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danan subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. What's this about a maiden? The maiden acts as the Sovereign's support mechanism for the Spirit Channeling ceremony. Level 2 authority, ID crest, Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral it lacks in tandem with the Renis Alma. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the Spirit Channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with the plan's adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and return to its original household. Alright, cool. There's more to it. I think... Oh god, is there more? What's this, actually? Many subjects undoubtedly never came back alive from their operations on this. They sure didn't. Alright, let's go do some story. Do some plot. Actually, is there anything over here? There's something over here we can check out, isn't it? Anything we could steal? I mean, appropriate? When am I gonna get to the fireworks factory, man? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, I did almost miss something, actually. Yeah, I needed those things. Yep. Actually, was there... Nope, it was just those 3 rooms. Alright, we're fine. Oh wait, there is something over there actually. I just didn't see it. Great gel. Alright. Ah, fuck! More plot! While this is going on, I'm gonna grab me a beer. Hang on.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
I don't need plot to get me to drink. So I have been cutting back. I'm on my weekend. Once I'm working, I stop drinking altogether, so. That's wrong. If we're going by that logic, dear God. Well, see you guys in Xenoblade 2. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system.
In case it wasn't clear enough that the mask was the reason.
But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try.
To be fair, Naori, you promised you'd get him back to Dana. You didn't say anything about getting him back to Dana alive. YOLO.
I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Okay, so if Alphen got shadowed, does that mean Volron is Sonic? Questions for later.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories.
Ah,
and sense
yes,
of
I see.
pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
But you know, there was a 90% chance of you just straight up dying. So, hell yeah. Flipped like a 10-sided coin and it somehow ended up on where it's just like a 10-sided coin somehow with like 9 tails and 1 head. And it still came up heads. Good job.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight.
That's right,
Naori
Ludger.
is the one who put that mask on me and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Yeah, okay, yeah. In terms, it was a D10. And you needed to roll a natural 10 to survive. And she got it. Great job. Anything less than 10 would have killed you. Good thing it didn't. Okay, I'm starting to get a little concerned about what we're walking into now. I see stuff, though. Oh, wait, I thought it was opening already. Yeah! Heavy treat. How about over here? Oh, nothing immediate. Alright. What kind of shit are we walking into? Yep, I was a little concerned.
We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course.
They have the opportunity to do something really, really funny right now.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Okay, Alphen, I was joking. Please don't.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet.
Alright, you heard it here, folks. We gotta kill magic.
That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant.
Wouldn't be our first time.
Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
Again.
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could.
Also, I do kind of agree, Opaque. It's more like they're telling, I mean, I guess that's in terms of what they're trying to do here. Like, she's telling the story of what happened to the party and by extension us. But I'm like, I also feel like they're just repeating stuff that we've already learned about, or at least pieced together. Granted, I don't know. And I don't mean like we as the player piece together. Things that the party themselves already pieced together. This is just confirming it, but it's also repeating it to us, and I don't know how to feel about that.
The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear.
I just hope he isn't fucking insane.
Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please.
Let me guess. This is somehow gonna let everyone piece together that Niori and Shion are related. I'm all like, did we not establish that?
Forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Yeah, she's been dead for like 300 years. I don't know what you want to hear. I don't know what you don't want her to do.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Dahnan voice speaking through her?
Oh, hey, what's up? What happened to my costume? I'm no longer Ludger.
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities.
Also, yeah, the whole thing with Tales of Graces, it's fine. Granted, you're not going into Tales of Graces expecting like a mind-blowing story. At least I'm not anymore, so I take Tales of Graces F the way it is. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm here for the gameplay, and the gameplay is great. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining. I'm not saying like the characterization is fine. It's just the plot that the characters are in is okay. Future Arc is just the shipping thing, but you know, I keep pausing.
They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
What?
Niori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a maiden in Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
Tales of games are dress-up simulator JRPGs. Well, they're real. All of them are really bad at that because most costumes are locked behind either DLC or stuff that you do in like the last third of the game most of the time. So it's bad at even doing that. The costumes are good, but it's horrible if that's all it is.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
Okay there, Colette.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Xion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they...
I would argue against that, sire. She was at least young enough to be naive about it most of the time. She was never naive about her place in the world. She knew from a very, very, very young age that she was going to die if the freaking regeneration ceremony was going to go on as planned. She was ready to make peace with her death. And then the party came in. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. And gave her hope for that. Kind of like what Xion has right now. Colette was never... Like, she's naive. But that doesn't mean she was naive about her situation. Good God, no. She fully 100% understood she was going to die unless something happened that said screw fate, and you know that something was the whole plot after Act 1.
They say modesty is dead.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, Muiji.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this.
Yuna, Colette. At this point, the same thing. And then she'll use her sacrifice angel power to bring you back, Jen. And then she dies. Ah, damn. That's kind of a catch-22, actually. Fuck.
Together, Xion. You and
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We just had to disable sacrifice. Got her.
Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
Thank you for like the 10 minutes of exposition that we kind of parsed at this point. Oh god, there's more!
Away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
Let's all protect her. Let's all protect Colette. Or are we talking about Shion? You know what? Let's protect them all. All of them. Protect them all.
Wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years.
But
The
wait,
reason you lost your memory.
there's more.
It's the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No. The truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming.
Also, the comparison of like Shion having shades of Estelle. Yeah, I mean, the way their powers work and the way they harm people, or at least in Estelle's case, specific people. Eh. Hell yeah.
About a life without my thorns. The touch of my family. Or playing with my friends. Holding hands with Rinwell. Or giving Law a deserved smack. Embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself. And finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
Oh god, she's
That's
spiraling.
not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live.
Unless we come across a super boss.
There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah. You're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Oh, cool. She gets more EG. Oh, dear God. If I get this for her, she's going to spam this and eat through all the CP. Yep. Working towards that. Fuck whatever I had selected before. Oh god, there's another skit! When will it end? Is it ever going to end? Probably not. Who am I kidding? Oh dear god. You know what? As much as I would like to keep all these things on, I think that's her normal hairstyle. I think for the time being, I'm getting rid of most of this stuff. Oh, there we go. As nice as it is, I get, just, hey. Fuck it, man, I'd keep it on. And here's the weird part. Looking at the party in their actual normal clothes. That means, holy crap, Law's alive. Nah, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, never mind. He's still dead. He's got the, yeah, that's his slick back hair, natural wavy. Yeah! Farmer Doline. I didn't even realize he could wear that. That's weird. Okay, that one fits a little better. All things considered. Oh god, more skit. More story.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
I think he
Yeah.
does have his joke weapon
It was
being a
Naori who
fork.
first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Gotta make some phone calls. Okay, that's where we came from. Actually, wait. I forgot about his weapon. Yeah, that works. What about actually Shion's weapon, too? Yeah! Everybody's looking great. I think I forgot to change the Kasara stuff, but that's not important. Right? That's not important right now. Honestly, Goop, it's just this whole entire part after dealing with Volron. It's been kind of dragging. It's fine, but it's just like if you're not... Gameplay comes to like a screeching halt at this point. I haven't had a battle in like an hour. The battle was the first thing we did at the start of the stream. We haven't had a single one since.
All right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Wait, I think I still have Alphen with the freaking Ludger hair. Like, there's gotta, like, with JRPGs, at least with the good ones, there's a good balance between gameplay and story throughout most of the time. In this game's case,
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
I think like the last quarter of it just becomes nothing but story with a little bit of gameplay here and there. Yeah. I will agree. They could have done this a lot better. Oh god, there's more skit. At least it's optional. And then if I ever rest up at a freaking, like you could even skip the skits, but me being a Tales fan, I always see these, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna check it out. It just extends this already dragged out part of the story even more, you know? Do I even need to heal? Oh, I definitely need to heal. Okay.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place, it reminds me more of being back inside the Wedge.
Except the Danan astral energy feels even stronger here.
Well, yeah, I don't have to watch all of them. That is my choice. But that still doesn't change the fact that the pacing of the actual story itself got shot in the foot for like the last 5 hours.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago, or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
No, yeah, exactly.
Depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And if I had skipped that skit, then it's like, damn, I missed out on something there. That was actually a good skit. That's usually why I don't skip them. They're good.
Volron! He really was still alive.
How come nobody checked the body?
Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
The Maiden's crest?
To be fair, Luigi, Sire already knows the story, because he's already beaten it. Can't exactly say that he called it when Sire already knew. He just held his tongue. And for a good reason, too. Otherwise, had he not held his tongue, then it would have given it away as soon as you tried to call it.
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
A boss?
But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renaissance. Because right now, we need that most of all.
It's also something you could have parsed too, where, like, after defeating Volron, his body was there. They didn't clean up for a whole month. What happened to his body? Where did it go?
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman!
Red
So we
Woman.
finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Oh god, Deoxys!
It can't be.
I don't like this!
People?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Deoxys was the ruler of Rena this whole time? Jesus Christ. Don't let him go into speed form! Oh, okay.
Particularly talkative.
It's no use, Elfin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
They have fell cleaves! Oh dear god, I don't like it here anymore! I don't want to be here! I don't want to be here! They have fell cleaves, guys! Oh god!
But I'll never back down. No escape. Torment Alpha. Try harder. No escape. Coral Blade. Flaming Thrust.
Ow.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Why y'all gotta get the fell cleaves on? Oh dear god. I'll say it, Jen, you cannot see that and not tell me those are not fell cleaves. Fuck the rest of my health. Worth it. Totally worth it.
This should do it. You're mine. Try harder.
Thank you. See, it would help the fact that these guys are technically considered bosses, so they can't even be staggered. Also, these things. Thank you.
Where are you going?
Damn, why the hell did it teleport all the way that far? Holy crap! It's gonna end here, actually. Undertale boss. See, I wouldn't know. I only played like the first hour of Undertale. Man, this thing just keeps on going.
Need to pull myself together.
Saw blades, so many saw blades. Oh, they have over limits. They don't even have a cutscene for it in anything. Yeah. I mean, yeah, all things considered, the one we were having way earlier is a lot more interesting than this. This is just like, they only have like 3 attacks and they all involve saws. Damn, Alpha got really upset that Shion died. I mean, same, I guess? No, yeah, exactly. They move like they barely give a shit. At the very least, judging by what the HP bar is at the top, they all share an HP bar. Yeah. Don't kill his wife! Or fiance, or whatever they are now. I don't care. Hmm. We're regular orange shell, dude. Nah, actually.
Stay away from my friend!
And especially stay away from his wife! Now, Shion, heal yourself. We have CP for a reason. We have CP for a reason. Oh, dear God. Ow. Okay. Okay, that is just straight up like a FF14 mechanic to avoid. At least that's what it feels like. At least he didn't react to it this time. Oh, damn, I was trying to avoid that one. Okay. She needs it more than I do. Did she use it? I'm trying to remember games where boss fights are like this and only platformers come to mind. Action platformers.
Need to pull myself together.
Try harder! My turn!
Glacial spear.
You're mine!
Freeze
Try harder! Not a
Yeah.
Infernal torrent! Take this! No escape!
I don't know why I did that. Well, I mean, then again, not like they're actually casting spells. No, yeah. It's just 3 of the same enemy, and they only have like 3 distinct attacks, plus a 4th one when they're an over limit. I mean, it's... I'm not trying to defend it, it's something, but it's not a whole lot, you know? And you also have to keep in mind, I'm not trying to actively hate this game. I've been enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. Just not as much as I have been leading up to reaching Lenegis. Everything before that, good stuff, enjoyable. Here's your reward for 1 hour exposition. Yeah! And yeah, they have way too much health for their attack pattern. A boring fucking battle. Yeah! With Felcleys and hookers. In fact, forget the hookers. Actually, no, I'll just stand here, actually. Thank you.
It's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire. Will this help?
Because I've seen some people online, actually, I'm gonna grab a beer while I'm saying this. I've seen people online defend the crap out of this game. Like, and I get it. The whole, like, everything leading up to Lenegis is fucking great. It's enjoyable. Then you actually get to Lenegis. It's just plot and plot and plot. If you guys remember what the last stream was, I went through all that plot, and then we finally got to like an area where we were fighting enemies. I was like, yay! Finally, I'm playing the game. If you remember last stream, that is how I reacted, pretty much. I was more than willing to jump into a fight because I wanted to. But there was so much plot preceding it. The pacing just shoots itself in the foot here. And now, like, after, like, what was that, like an hour of story that we went through after a 15-minute fight? Now we're getting treated to, like, a not very interesting fight to begin with? Or it's just nothing but, like, you know, Final Fantasy XIV Felcleys? Oh, I thought I had regular treats, actually. I only have heavy treats? Man... Oh, Lord. Kisara, survive. Objective, survive. Oh, never mind. You're not surviving. Why are you not surviving? Going online after beating this game. There's so much porn. Dude, there's been porn of Arise. Mostly of Kisara. Even before the game actually released. Even more so when they had that shot of her ass. You're kind of dead now. I'm sorry. Ow.
Here, let me help.
Take this! Slash! Sword Rain Alpha!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
This one's all mine! You're mine! Swallow Blade! Not today! I owe you one.
Ow.
Thanks.
Y'all with your Felclees. Why y'all gotta be acting like warriors? Also, that's what I wanted to use earlier, actually. Where are my pineapple gels?
This should do it.
63 or 34? I can believe 63, honestly. Okay, yeah. That's the one with the gender bending, isn't it? Or like where they like they're opposite. Oh. Oh god, this is a Final Fantasy 14 mechanic. Oh, Kisara, get the hell away from there.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
We did it, guys. We saved the world. Question mark. Who am I kidding? No, we didn't.
Fighting is useless now!
It really is useless, apparently. We only had a little bit of fighting after an hour story. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
But they don't have sleeves.
What? It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
And nothing of value was lost with them blowing up.
Touch that.
Oh, hey, you're alive. Technically. No, you're actually alive.
Damn it! He's awake!
That's what I meant. He's awake.
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all.
Look at my hot wife.
Save that for
It's a weird looking room, isn't it?
More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
Even the Cybermen did more with the self-destructs, right? They got Yamcha. Even Yamcha. I don't know.
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think?
For the record, I could have done that this entire
Did
time.
you really think that such a petty device would use me?
I just imagine, like, he was faking being asleep while we were getting our asses slapped by fell-cleaved red women. He's just watching us all like, wow, this guy fucking sucks. Oh, this is a boring battle. I should jump in. Nah.
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really?
Hmm.
We already know the title of sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless.
Bullshit!
And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana.
There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Alphen fucks?
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Red woman said no. No!
Red woman?
Another one?
Give your
None of
master
that.
back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
Too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
To be fair, that upskirt shot with Shion at least showed she was. I think those are modesty shorts. They didn't look like underwear. At least not to me. She's jumping the Springfield Gorge. Will she make it? Let's find out. Yeah, she did it. That man is pissed.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
He's definitely dead that time, right?
Yeah.
No, let's not.
We'll be fine.
Let's not kid ourselves.
Is Volron...
I am, Sam, I am.
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renus Alma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
To be fair, any character that's supposed to be like a recurring boss at this point is really just Zagi with purpose, because you can't get any purposeless than Zagi. That dude literally just shows up, gets a hate boner for Yuri, gets his ass kicked, and fucks off. 5 times! He never has any agency in the story, no matter how hard he tries. Any other character that's similar to Zaki is always Zaki with purpose. At least they have more agency in that regard.
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renasalma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
Funny enough, yeah, like an old anime trope rival that comes back to be a rival because he likes the rivalry of the rival, but Zaki was just like, had Yuri not been there in Flynn's room, had Flynn actually been there, the rivalry would have been with Flynn. He was willing to take on anyone as his, you know, rival or enemy that he just wanted to hyper fixate on. If anything, kind of wish that they actually gave him, like, I'm sure there is. I mean, I still got to get to recording it and getting through all the, like, side quests and all that, but I don't think there is. But, kind of wish they had more backstory for Zaki. At the very least, had more backstory for him that's in the actual main story. Because honestly, he just seems... Because, like, we're comparing all these, like, rival or recurring enemies to Zaki. I compare Zaki more to, like, Junior Troopa from Paper Mario. He has no agency. He just keeps showing up because he wants to... He has a personal, unknown, unrealistic vendetta towards the protagonist, you know? No, not Bowser Jr., specifically Junior Troopa from Paper Mario 1.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
I wouldn't have minded
Tell me
it.
about it. 1 minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
Who decided to fuck a Zoogle?
How about you, Shion? Dohalie? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renasalma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
I'm mostly going to save my thoughts on Vesperia for when we eventually get to Act 2. I want to get around to it. I'm going to get around to it. It's just going to take a bit of time. But I want to hold my tongue for, like, my thoughts and stuff on it until, like, we actually get the... Oh, god damn it. Game, why don't you let me just go... Why do I gotta walk out? Why can't I just fast travel? Come on. Why you gotta make me manually go back? Hell, why don't you even have any, like, fast travel points on our entire way over here? Act 3 was fine. That's just covering the stuff that was covered in Act 2. I'll say that much. But again, I'm gonna save like most of my thoughts for when we get back to that. Like, Act 2 has its problems. It's not perfect. I still enjoy the game. It's still my favorite Tales game. I want to make that 100% clear here. But even it being like my favorite Tales game, I'm not like Simmons with Xenoblade 2 where I give it a fuck you, it's a 10. Where it's just like, even with its faults, like, it's still an enjoyable thing. It's still enjoyable. But if you're going into it for the plot and the characters, it kind of falters. Okay, now that's a valid comparison. Oh god damn it. There aren't any more enemies, are there? Oh god, there. Oh my god! The game's letting me play the game!
Not on my watch. They really don't give up, do they?
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Sleep now.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and tumbling to me.
I'm not done!
We
Try
got
this! Infernal Torrent! You're finished! Take this! Swallow Blade! You picked the wrong plan! Here I come! I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha!
Tiger Blade! Healing
Rending
now!
Blast!
Ringwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
I'm not done!
Now you see what I can do.
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Now! You're mine! Crush!
Damn it!
Be still! Stop!
It's time.
Here comes
Can't get out of bed.
Swallow Blade! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I can feel my power growing!
I don't have to fight those, like, boss-like enemies, do I? God, I hope not. Oh, wait a minute. We can fly with chainsaw swords, because fuck it! Also, was it Dohalim in Law? Yeah! Get that elemental offense up, I guess. Anything else? Alright, cool. That's just something for if I ever decide to pick Law up as a character in this game. Yeah, more elemental attack too. Fuck it. What to that's next. Guys, oh man, what do you mean I can't mine while there's enemies nearby? What the hell? And they're all evasive types. Oh, you fucker. Good enough.
Scarlet Inferno!
He evaded my 5th hit. I can't even use Dohalim's thing. Bruh.
In a vine?
You're mine! Thanks! Sword Rain out! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
This one's mine! Lightning orb! Raging Hellblade!
Solely! In an instant! Impact Claw! Not a chance!
Radiant! How about this?
Strike!
I'm out of now!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang! My turn! No escape! Easter!
Annihilation!
Swallow!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! They really made us work for that one.
Out of all the dungeon, all the
What's
games.
missing?
Dear God, that is a big pool to pull from, and each of them has a dreaded dungeon that you can't exactly say is the worst. Like, hell, even with this game, you can't even exactly say the dungeons are bad. Dungeons are just spots with enemies in them. Any of the older games? Fuck if I know, actually. I mean, I've been playing Abyss more recently. I can at least say that one has questionable dungeons, or at the very least kind of obtuse dungeons. Ymir Forest, it's frustrating, but it's not the worst. I don't feel like fighting that again. Tempting, but no.
No choice!
Heroic darkness! Your hurricane flight!
In a bind?
These lasers run rings around us! Hurricane flight!
Havoc thrust!
Sword Rain Alpha! Try this!
Flame of fury!
Blending Flash!
Thunder spear!
Take this!
Here's the evil!
Stop!
Thunder beam laser!
Dazzle!
Arcane watercross! Freeze lancer! Dance in the wind!
Lunar Rondo!
Air thrust!
Rising Falcon! No escape!
Photon flash!
Flaming Thrust! The flame inside you is yours to be let free!
In a bind?
You're finished! Take this! Roller Blade! Look! Here I come!
In all honesty, Ymir Forest in Symphonia is probably the most unique dungeon in all of Symphonia. But that's not saying a lot when most of the dungeons in Symphonia just involve block pushing. And occasionally the Sorcerer's Ring. Ymir Forest is like the farthest away from actually being a block pushing thing. It still uses the Sorcerer's Ring, but it's definitely a lot more than block pushing, that's for sure. So I can't really bring myself to actually hate it. I'm not gonna bother. I said I'm not gonna bother. Me out.
Dazzle!
Into the desert!
Here I come! Not today!
Flash! Look sharp!
Swallow Blade! Lightning Thrust! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
Exactly. Can't hate that music.
Lightning Thrust! Stardust! Lunar Rondo! Rising Piercing Roar!
Ray!
Turmoil!
Havoc!
Dazzle!
Dance in the wind!
Soda!
Glacial Hawk! I've been doing really great lately.
I dislike dungeons where the dungeon is the puzzle to create new rooms or get item. No, yeah. As of the more recent Tales game, Sorcerer's Ring isn't even a thing anymore. Alright. Alright, game. What's so important that you had to disable fast travel?
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
What happened to your clothes? You're no longer dapper.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a
Opaque.
thing.
I'm sorry.
So she really was being controlled.
I'm sorry on your behalf, I guess.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
That boy had a that boy was on a mission.
What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once.
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
I just like how he cuts. It was like, shut the fuck up. This man's got more important things to worry about than lying for you all these years about how he killed your fiance and his best friend. What's up? What's going on?
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Yes, we killed him. I'm kidding. No, we didn't.
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Very well, then.
He's like, fuck! Ah, man, why y'all gotta do this to me?
Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
I just imagined Dohalim grabbing a mic.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
I just imagined Dohalim grabbing a mic. Attention, everyone! Stop panicking. That is all.
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look up there, it's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned.
I'm going to make it. The Sovereign is a bitch-ass motherfucker, and he pissed on my wife. Wait, would that be Kisara in this case? Okay, you know what? Yep, Sovereign's gotta die. He pissed on Kisara. Nope, can't have that. We're gonna kill the Sovereign now.
Perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Oh hey, speaking of bright, good stuff. Good timing. Now they're gonna worship you even more because of that timing. Great job, Dohalim.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
God damn it, Luigi. At least one jackass propaganda dude saying he liked it better when it was dark. There's always that one person. Always.
After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
Not to mention, that's very possible in real life, and I hate it, and that's why it's...
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
Y'all are skewing his words. He didn't want it. He didn't want it.
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
all in favor of Lord Dohalim becoming the ruler of Lenegis? Aye. All opposed? Nay. Who keeps saying that? It's just this old-ass man standing next to, like, this freaking... this Balsef-sized motherfucker. He's like, it was him. Let's get him, fellas.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking.
So that's why it's called Beyond the Dawn. Actually, no, I'm probably reading too much into that. Let's not.
One in which people won't be judged by birthright, or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a future.
And all it took was someone finally telling you the real reason why he died. Also a red woman possessing the crap out of you and making you summon enemies for us to fight, but tomato tomato, I think. I don't know.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
Granted, it makes sense why Dohalim withheld the truth. He wanted to beat himself up over it.
Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them.
At least she didn't come out of nowhere and stab him. I don't know. Being possessed by someone and summoning enemies for us to fight is kind of like a stabbing. In a way.
Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes.
Trust me, Goop, I wanted to play the Donkey Kong drinking game back on Wednesday as opposed to Sea of Stars, but I had a doctor's appointment the next day, and I didn't want to drink myself under the table. Oh, excuse me. I didn't want to drink myself under the table the night before a doctor's appointment, because I'm pretty sure that would have really fucked up my... Well, it wasn't even really a doctor's appointment. I was getting my blood pressure checked. I didn't want excessive drinking to somehow make that even worse. And thankfully, I didn't. Because my blood pressure came back normal, so I'm like, cool!
We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
I say this as I'm on my 4th beer. Guys, it's my weekend and it's about to end. Let me have this. The Renan leader. Oh, sweet. More AG for him. What did I have for him before? The boost gauge increase. Oh, ground dasher. Hell yeah, I'm going for that. Also,
people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Not you. Not you, Rinwell. Unfortunately, no. You can't have none. Healing Arts, Ground Dasher. Also, if anyone's looking at Dohalim's current SP, it's looking mighty nice. BB guy, I've been busting out the beerest this whole time for the last 2 hours. Because I'm not going to be drinking for like the rest of the week while I'm working. Ugh. Because I did that as a habit at the beginning of last year, where just like, if I knew I was going to be working, I wasn't going to drink. Or rather, if I'm not working, I'm going to drink. Granted, I'm not like one of those people where it's like, oh, I'm a day drinker, I'm going to drink all fucking day. I save it for the night. But even so, cutting back drinking to just,
sense, when
you
all
know...
is said and done,
oh, hang on.
Perhaps I have been a slave this whole time, too.
Gotta go get drunk and go ook. Like, what was it? Cutting back drinking on nights that I worked last year, I remember it helping me significantly. And then, you know, like I mentioned, like at the end of the last time I did the Donkey Kong drinking game, a lot of shit happened, and then that just drove me just like, nope, I just want to drink to forget. And I definitely don't want to go down that road, because that is a hard road to alcoholism. I never want to approach that. Granted, I'm not trying to drink for super much fun, but I'm like, I know how to put it. I could definitely live without it, if like the last 4 or 5 years of me giving it up for Lent is any indication. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so...
You, a Renan Lord. How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either.
Wonder if Smash Bros. Players give up showers. They don't need Lent to give up showers.
The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, Even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
I was going to say, in the middle of that skit, how much do you want to bet there's another skit immediately after this game? Oh my god. And knowing my habits, I'm sorry guys, we have to do it.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters.
And Walker?
My brother could see you. He'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Oh my god! I'm sorry, Opaque! I'm so sorry!
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
That looks like a smile. Right there. If you guys see the cursor, that's a smile. She do be smiling. Okay.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self.
Okay, there's like a 20% chance there's another skit after this.
He's finally beginning to spread his
Prove
wings.
me wrong. Prove me
I'm
wrong.
happy for him.
Prove me wrong.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Holy crap! No more skits! At least until we reach the next point. Okay, hang on, actually. I don't feel like cooking right now. It's not important to me. I need to rest. I need to sell stuff. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to buy now. There we go. Now Kisara is gonna say that I spent too much money. Especially if I do that. Okay, now you have justification, Kisara.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Called it. Goop, I gotta get through this so I can finally say my piece at the very end of it. Sorry. I can't, like, I already have a lot to say about it, but... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's just where we came in from. I don't know where I'm going back. I'm just saying, a lot of people online say, you can't judge the game, you didn't finish it. I was like, I'm gonna finish this. And then now my opinions will be valid. My opinions will be valid because I did finish it. And let me tell you this. Well, you finished it. Shut up. I have opinions. And I must say them. But obviously, if the opinion is bad, I shouldn't say it. Right? Yeah? You have opinions, you don't even need to finish it. Well, you finished? Yes, exactly, Jen. That's what I'm saying. Just like, it's like, yeah, because if I didn't finish it, then you would have disregarded my opinion. But I have my opinion, but you shouldn't say because it's a bad opinion. It's a negative opinion. Shut up. Negativity is good too. Overwhelming negativity, I agree. Cut back on that shit. Especially one where it's just all like, I hate it because it sucks. Okay. What am I supposed to do with that, you know? What exactly am I supposed to do with, like, it sucks, so I don't like it? Okay, why does it suck? It just sucks. Bruh. You mind clarifying for me for a little bit? Like, I'm taking this all in. I'm already of the opinion before I even finish the game. Like, everything leading up to Lenegis was great. It's great. And like, but once you actually reach Lenegis, pacing gets shot? Holy crap. Lots of freaking, like, barely any fighting anymore. Granted, the fighting itself, that has its own set of problems, especially if you want to play this game casually. Good God. No.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
That just raises further questions.
And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissalma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
Probably not.
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Why are you all surprised at this point? The Red Women have made it abundantly clear. They are not normal. You know what I just realized about this whole thing with the Red Women? This is how conspiracy theorists think. This is how they think, this is what they believe, and they are thoroughly convinced, and that is why they are so fucking crazy. Granted, I don't think that was the point, but holy crap. It's just the conspiracy theorists are just like, see? Look, they could do this!
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
Medion, is that you?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
I think
Are
that
they
was
trying
clear.
to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone, look there!
Somebody pissed on the moon! Or is that Rena? Somebody pissed on Rena! And now Rena's gonna piss on somebody. Oh my god. Rena's pissing on Dana! The memes write themselves. Hey, Dana's not taking it sitting down. Good for you. Unless, you know, that's bad. Maybe. I don't know. Counter pissing. I feel like that's something sexual in nature. Yeah, I was trying to pause. Somehow I caught it pausing right as the scene started, so it didn't actually pause. That seemed like something sexual in nature, and you know what? I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back. I'll be like a minute or two, really quick. I've been holding this in for like the last half hour, but the freaking cutscenes, so many cutscenes, I gotta pee. I'll let you guys think on that. Okay, I'm back, and I just saw it. Let's quick, let's have about 5 skits and 2 cutscenes about pissing. I love it. Oh my god, okay.
A flower blooming out of Retta?
Again, sexual.
That flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
A flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
Forever.
I don't believe this. We made
Forever.
it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down. You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
I'm already dead.
There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Yeah,
Do you
that
think
makes
we
sense,
might run
Jen.
into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Not even because I have known nothing about Star Ocean in general, least of all 3. But considering the people that made the Star Ocean series also are the progenitors of the Tales series, yeah, that tracks.
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
There's another skin.
I still can't get over what
That wasn't it, by the way.
outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
My question is there anything findable here? Besides the elevator right in front of us. Skit? Skit.
Ah, Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
Law, we've been hanging out with Shion for like about 40 hours. She's made it abundantly clear, but oh my god, you're so dumb.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Also,
actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Hugs for everyone. Oh god! Ah! My stupid habits are gonna kick my ass these days.
Boo! Ah! What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
BB guy, that's even assuming you could even find a PS5. Like, how long has it been since the PS5's been out? And I kid you not, like, I checked, like, my local store. I checked my local stores, like, my Walmarts and my Targets and my Best Buys. Every once in a while, just seems like, you know, I don't even humor the thought of buying a PS5. But I checked to see if they even have them in stock. I shit you not. It wasn't until last week that I finally saw a PS5 at a Target. For like the last, I don't know how many years since the PS5's been out, I have never seen a PS5 in the actual stores. It's just like, fuck no. I'm not even gonna humor buying a PS5, let alone finding one. Just,
See,
no.
you act all nervous. You're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Oh my god. I hate my habits. I hate them so much.
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Are they done? This gets done? Can I go in the central level, I guess? I don't know. Speaking of Zephyr, did you know he's dead? Apparently, according to the loading screen. Felt like reminding us about that.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move.
Okay, this one looks more like an Evangelion. More specifically, Eva Unit 1.
Brought us here.
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
But does it have an AT field?
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that. Just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
Ship.
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust
yeah.
this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helgenquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's Great Spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
That is true. Like, not the first time this has happened. Yeah, I mean, there's the elves, there's Karlon, that one world in Tales of Graces. Riza Maxia and Olympius in the Exilia series. Definitely not the first time, and I highly doubt it'll be the last.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds?
Boldra, yeah, that's what it was.
Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's
Final Fantasy XIV comparison here. There, I said it.
will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit.
Listen, Sire, if you've played 14, and I know you haven't, this just rings a little too true to, yes, exactly, I'll say, yeah. This rings closer to 14 than any other Final Fantasy game. I'll say that much, without spoiling anything.
Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state.
Also, I'm going to stop pausing after this, so I'm just going to say, I feel like this cutscene's going to go on for like another 20 minutes. Please, game, prove me wrong.
As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renis Alma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
Kill me!
To slay the Great Spirit.
Yeah, kill my god, please.
Did you just ask us to kill your master?
Hell yeah!
It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes
Fuck it, I'm down.
Lenegus has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, It will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
Wake the fuck up! We got a god to
Why do you
kill.
want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Yeah, fuck our god. I'm sorry. I know I said I would stop pausing, but I just had to say that.
For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others.
Oh god, more talking!
Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Phasal.
Hey! Hey!
I'm going back to sleep.
It's
Fuck
no
y'all.
use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Oh my god, there isn't a skit immediately after a long cutscene. Holy crap.
You can't
Wait, I
seriously
lied.
be buying anything that creature
Story-related
tells us, right?
skit.
I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it.
You have no idea, Kisara, how long this conversation's been going. Somebody clip that. I'm sorry.
How about you, Dohan? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least.
The meta!
At the end of the day, the whole chain of events comes back to astral energy.
I'm getting lightheaded. Oh my god. I'm laughing so hard. This is so meta, it hurts.
That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough.
Thank you, Skyblaze.
The Renans, how do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevric 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
No skit? No bitches? Okay, we're good. Holy crap. Oh, we can go to the lower level now. Still. Oh my god. Oh, there's a fast travel point here, but not during that entire dungeon we went through when we started. Okay, game.
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrecht 35 when he mentioned that overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
Probably.
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Have you guys lived up here in Deg Fazel with Hevrecht 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrecht 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrecht 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright.
Yeah, that sounds
After
about
all
right.
This time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Please tell me the other two don't take that long. Who am I kidding? It probably will.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
A few minutes!
It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo a shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
Now that's a twist! Sort of. Too little too late, though, I will say.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there.
If I'll make a comparison to another Tales game, that's like Tales of Exilia, like the Rhizamaxians. They're essentially just Olympians with, you know, the mana lobe thing. They can manipulate spirit arts and all that. That's why they live on Rhizamaxia and the Olympians lived on Olympius. Kept them separated, I guess. Only in this case, it's like Lenegis was Rhizamaxia and Dana was Olympius. That's the way I'm seeing it, anyway.
That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are
oh god, I'm getting a little freaked out
they
now.
insert into their bodies and
enough.
Nano machines, son.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant
this
their
man's been
hands had to get
Stockholmed
dirty
as
in the
fuck.
process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
I don't know, we still got one more to talk to. I think that probably is the biggest revelation that we're going to be seeing, though. I don't know, though.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner! However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana, and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevricht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes. And yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
Fair.
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened.
Tonight's the
everything
god
we've
that
endured,
tonight.
it's all because of
I had to pause to say this because I always get mixed up while I'm talking alongside the game. Tonight's the night gods die.
astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Yep.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Maybe next time, but before I end the stream with what Muiji said, God dies tonight. Let me see if I can find. Here we go. I think I might have found it. This one scene from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah! Tonight!
Yeah! Tonight! That was my thought when it's just like, God dies tonight! And Carl in the back, yeah! Tonight! Oh my god. We've been playing for 42 hours and I feel like the last 5 or 6 hours have been nothing but plot. With like a little bit of story here and there. But you know, made some good progress. I'm going to not go to bed right now. Probably got like another 6 and I'm going to start mashing there before, you know, I get copyright stricken. 10 million years ago I kicked your ass and I'm about to do it again. I am sincerely hoping, though, that we're at least getting close to the end of the story. Because I'm going to say this right now. I really want to say this right now. I'm still liking this game. But holy crap. I said it last stream, I'll say it this stream. Pacing got shot in the fucking foot. Oh my god. The plot's not even bad. It's the way it paces it between gameplay and itself is what's bad. Because ever since we reached Lenegis, all it's been is cutscene, a little bit of walking, cutscene, a little bit of walking, cutscene, a little bit of walking, cutscene, a little bit of dungeon. We get to fight things, yay! But then once we reach the end of that dungeon, cutscene, a little bit of walking. Oh, good God. I'll repeat it again when we get to the end of the game. I don't know how close we are, but I feel like we're getting pretty damn close considering some alien just told us, please kill our god. But anyway, I'm gonna go relax with either some Honkai Star Rail or some 14 for the rest of the night because I just don't really I don't know how to put it. But I don't think I could subject myself to another, like, 2 more hours of plot dump, you know? Anyway, I hope to see you guys next week. Hopefully we're closer to the end than I think we are.